Linus Tech Tips coverage of CES 2014 is brought to you by NCIX.com, your source for great technology, selection, and service, along with Corsair Memory and Western Digital. We're here in the MSI suite. This is their systems, and this is the system. They showed me a bunch of other stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can make video about this, and they showed me this thing. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna get started on that right away. Now, I can't tell you guys the model number. I can't tell you guys what graphics card's in it. I can tell you guys it has a Core i7 quad-core processor. I can't even tell you guys what this thing is made out of, but what I can tell you is that it is incredibly slim, just like the GX70. It has a 15.6-inch non-TN display that'll be available in up to a 3K resolution. It has their Dynaudio better onboard sound. It has a Steelseries multicolor backlit keyboard with the Steelseries engine, meaning you can reprogram the keys to whatever you want. It supports 2 external displays at the same time over mini DP and HDMI, and I fired up a game on it, and I can tell you guys that while I can't say anything about the graphics because I can't say anything yet, this one right here, the GS70, it feels a touch faster than that. And that has a 765M in it. So why don't you guys take away from that whatever you will, but this looks like, it is so light. That's why I can't tell you guys what it's made of. It is incredibly light, and it actually doesn't even seem to run that loud. Now, this is a pre-production model. This is not even finished yet, but I am really excited, and I am going to basically tell these guys that if I don't get one of these for us to do a full, proper review of when the time comes, I will be sorely disappointed. Now, just because that was the one that I got really amped up about doesn't mean that there isn't other exciting stuff here, guys. This is their GT series, which, okay, it kind of looks like MSI gaming notebooks have looked like for the last little while, but what's the difference? Ah, yes, this here on the screen. So I talked about the Steelseries Keyboard on that last one. Full Steelseries engine support now. That means that rather than, we have 5 macro keys here or, 2 macro keys there, this one, in addition to supporting 16.8 million color RGB backlighting on the keyboard with waves and breathing and all that stuff, you can now rebind any key on the entire keyboard to whatever you want, whether it's a simple remap or whether it's binding as a macro. You can set up an unlimited number of profiles, and you can do it all within the SteelSeries engine software that runs right on your notebook. It is a SteelSeries keyboard in effect. Now, that might not be that exciting because that's a pretty high-end model, but what about this right here? This is the GE series, which has now also been updated with the fully backlit SteelSeries keyboard. So at this point, with MSI's next generation gaming notebooks, you are pretty much, no matter how you slice it, going to get an awesome keyboard to go along with the powerful graphics, powerful CPU, and all the other good stuff in here. And we're going to close things out here with the first that I've ever seen, Gaming AIO. So this one right here has an 8970M graphics card in it. It's got a Core i7 quad core. It's got all the stuff that you might expect an AIO to have. Well, okay, except for that powerful graphics card. So it's a 27-inch 1080p display, and you can see they've actually got Battlefield running on here right now, although this particular game is not very touchscreen optimized. It does happen to have a 10-point multi-touch screen, but of course it comes with a keyboard and mouse that you could use as well. One unique thing about this from an AIO perspective is it has a matte display. So MSI has stuck with this with their gaming series products, whether it's on the notebook side or now the AIO side, and they've received positive feedback from their customers, so there you go. It's back. Now this one over here, this is the AG240, is actually a little bit different. It does not have the matte display, but what it does have is a smaller form factor, so this is only using a 24-inch display. Oh crap, is it 24-inch? Bollocks. See, I doubted myself, but I shouldn't have. It is a 24-inch display. This one right here also has a Core i7 processor, and what's interesting about this one is it has a next-generation NVIDIA GPU. So presumably this will be a mobile graphics card because this is actually pretty darn slim, but I think we can expect to see some interesting performance. So again, guys, these are gaming AIOs, so they have things like the killer network prioritization that you would find on MSI's gaming motherboards as well as notebooks, but just in an all-in-one form factor. Guys, don't miss any of our CES 2014 coverage. Our trip to the show this year is powered by NCIX.com, your source for great technology selection and service, as well as Corsair Memory and Western Digital. Thanks so much, guys, for allowing us to be here.